We have arrived once again at that time of the month. It's time to do our monthly wrap up. Okay, so drink of the day. Having a little mini juicy peach Alani. There we go. Because it is 4 o'clock. I just got back from work. Literally just got back from work and I already had a coffee, but it's fine. We also have our water as always, but it has a little electrolyte in it. Slay. Okay. So let's just get right into it. I read 10 books this month, which means I think that's the most I've read this year, like in a month. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like almost all of these were 5 stars. You'll understand why. Well, they're all just good books, to me at least. But were 5 of these rereads? Yes, in fact they are. So we're just gonna get right into it. So first of all, this month, you maybe saw the vlog. If you didn't, you can go watch it. I reread the whole Windy City series to prepare for In Her Own League. And that whole vlog is on my channel. It was like a couple videos ago, and also it's spoiler and non-spoiler, so if you haven't read them, you can watch it, and if you have read them, you can watch it, or if you don't care, whatever, you know, you get it. I also read In Her Own League on that, so I'll just go about one by one, a little rapid fire. Mile High follows, this is a sports romance interconnected series. Mile High follows Xander's and Stevie. Stevie is a flight attendant, Xander's is a hockey player. Stevie is the flight attendant for Xander's team. Stevie doesn't really like him. Xander's is obsessed with her. First of all, he thought he was like she's kind of annoying, or I don't know. Basically, he was just like, Stevie's the only girl that doesn't like, you know, want to be with him and stuff. So then he's like, wait, now I'm obsessed. Also, some people don't like this because Xander's does come off, I was gonna say little, but yeah, he's a lot arrogant in the first part of the book because he has like a online persona, I guess, or like a media persona where he's like the bad playboy, and then his other player on the team, which I want to read his book so bad. He's like the nice family guy, and so he plays into that. He also just has a lot of like trauma, and like he just has lots of depth to him. This is the new covers. I think these are the covers that you can get now. I do have the other covers somewhere. They're like right behind me, but whatever. Anyway, I rated this 5 stars. Actually, spoiler warning, I rated all these 5 stars. This is the only like sports romance god tier or series that I have in my god tier. Well, unless you want to count like Binding 13, but I feel like that's not like sports romance. It's just like trauma. Anyway, so yeah, basically you kind of just go from there. They kind of have like I don't know. It's kind of like, it's just pretty much like friends to lovers, I guess. Not friends to lovers, because they're not really friends. But also Stevie has lots of like, not background trauma, but like, I don't know, her mom's kind of a brat and her friends were all kind of brats, and yeah. So 5 stars for that one. And then right middle, this follows Stevie's brother and twin, Ryan, and Indy. Indy is Stevie's best friend now, who they met working, she worked with Stevie, so you meet her in the first book. Anyway, but basically Indy just found out that her boyfriend was cheating on her. Literally walked in, he was just cheating on her. Okay, so they live together. This is a boyfriend of like a long time. It doesn't say on here, but like a long time. Okay, and so Stevie's like, Ryan, can you please just let her move in? And so he's like, you know what, fine, because he can't say no to Stevie. And so I love Ryan Shay, oh my goodness. So they move in, they have a little roommates trope. They also start fake dating because Ryan, he became the captain. Now he is very introverted and he has some like trauma in the, you get why he's so guarded and private and like, you know, introverted, like doesn't Nobody really knows about him. He's very, very famous basketball player. Very famous, very rich, very hot. Anyway, so he like is a lone wolf essentially, and he just became the captain of his basketball team, and his general manager like kind of doesn't like him, or that's what he thinks. Turns out his general manager likes him. He just doesn't think he's gonna be a good captain because he needs to be like, you know, friends with the team, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So to say that, to get his guy, the boss, to be like, actually I do like you and I think you're good for the team, or like whatever, good captain. He's like, oh, Indy, she's my girlfriend. And also Indy needs a little +1 to her friend's wedding, who her ex is gonna be there because they had like a whole group of friends and everything. And so her ex, like celebrity hero, Ryan J. So she's like, well, I guess. And you kind of just go from there. It's so good. He is the acts of service king. Just know, if your love language is acts of service, this is the man for you. This is the man for you. Unfortunately, he is fake, but you can still read about him, so don't be shy about that, or don't be sad about that anyway. So literally go like read this because it's so good. 5 stars. The next one is Caught Up. Caught Up follows Kai and Miller. No, I'm obsessed. Okay, Kai is a single daddy baseball player. Okay, he found out he has a kid, like, when his kid was, like, 6 months. His mom just dropped him off. His mom never told him that she was pregnant. Don't even get me started. I get it, but, like, I'm also just mad. Anyway, Miller is a chef, like a high-end pastry chef. And she's in a little bit of a slump. She's also Kai's coach's daughter, okay? Now, Miller always has been like she doesn't put down roots, all that stuff. She literally lives in a camper. She just goes from place to place, you know, all this stuff. So Kai doesn't keep nannies for his kid, but like his kid needs a nanny because he's like going to baseball, you know, and his kid doesn't have a mom anymore. So his coach is like, wait, I actually found the perfect person, because again, as I said, Miller's in a little bit of a slump, so she quits for the summer. And so Monty, that's her dad, and the coach is like, well, perfect. You're the nanny, and you just kind of go from there, and it's so good. This one makes me cry. Cry. And it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Next, play along. I actually think this one might be fair. This is the problem. I decided that I just can't rank things because I can't put things at the bottom. I feel like we've known. If you watched videos of me before, mine before, you probably know I just can't rank things. But this follows Isaiah and Kennedy. Isaiah is Kai's younger brother. Stop. Isaiah has been obsessed with Kennedy since she showed up like 3 years ago. Isaiah is also on the baseball team, same baseball team. Kennedy is the hold on. The medical something or other. Athletic trainer. Isaiah, obsessed with her, okay? But ever since she's came on the team, or she got the job 3 years ago, there's been a big fat rock on her hand. And so he's like, can't have her, but like, I wish. He finds out. It's gone. All of a sudden he's like, grabs her hand. It's actually so good. He's like, where's your ring? And she's like, it's gone. Basically, she's not engaged anymore. And so he's like a changed man. Before he was like a player, he didn't have girlfriends. He was just with lots of girls. He completely is just like, no, I'm not talking to anyone. I'm a one-woman girl. Guy. Anyway, so then they kind of meet in Vegas and they kind of get drunk and married. So then they're gonna like, oh, we'll just get it annulled, it's fine. Annulled. Also, Kennedy, she just has lots of like, she's very independent, very like, she's got some family trauma, okay, let me tell you. And very like, you know, like I can't be married. I just got rid of my ring. You know, can't be married. Because basically her proposal, her engagement was like arranged, like it was literally business. Anyway, so he's like, okay, well, it's fine, we'll do it, we'll get it annulled, all this stuff. And then pictures come out, and so then they're like, well, his boss is like basically, or their boss is basically like, without saying it, they're like, if you get divorced, Kennedy basically loses her job, without saying that, but like, you know, that's what happens. So they have to pretend like they're married for the whole season, and it's so cute. And then they also have a little thing where basically Kennedy was never hugged as a child. Like the first time she got hugged was in college, and so she has this like, it's not an intimacy issue, but like, you know, physical touch issue, I guess. And so she's like, can you teach me to not be like so like you know? So then he's like kind of teaching her that, but it's just so good. And he's so obsessed with her, so obsessed. 5 stars, as I told you, all these are 5 stars. Okay, next we have Rewind It Back. This is Rio and Hallie's book. Rio is on the team with actually Xander's from the first book, and he's like always been single, never like dated anyone really. They think he just is like funny, you know, he's a funny guy, he's so funny. Hallie, they were in love, and they were like childhood friends to lovers, best friends to lovers. They lived next door. They literally crawled on their roof and like met each other every night. So cute. Okay, something happens where they break up, like I think it was 6 years ago. Nobody knows about it. And Rio has this little neighbor, and she just got her house redone, and she's like, actually, who's your interior designer, because I need one. She's like, yeah, I'll give you the number of the company I used. The interior designer, it's Hallie. Anyway, so then they kind of just like rekindles them, and just, she really needs a job, so he lets her have it. And it's just like, I love this. Okay, some people are like, okay, here's the thing that made them break up, yes, you can tell what it, you like understand what it is like very soon, honestly, or like you know what it is until they say it, like before they say it. And some people found that annoying. I didn't really care. I was like, yeah, I know what this is, but it's not like making me annoyed that they're not telling you. And if some people don't know, then like slay, you know. And it's just so good. It's just so good. Yeah, 5 stars immediately. It was actually so fun after reading this to go back, because this was released last year, to go back and reread these and like see all of the like little Easter eggs about it, and like all the stuff, all the signs from Rio. So good. 5 stars. So yeah, I reread these all. They were all 5 stars. And then I read the new book. The reason I read all of these, or reread all these, was because In Her Own League came out this month, early this month. This follows Monty, who is the coach of Kai and Isaiah, and Reese, who buys the baseball team, or not buys the baseball team, but like now she's the owner of the team. And oh, it's so good. They like didn't like each other, and then they, you know, like each other, and it's just like basically you just kind of go like from that. There's nothing like a really big plot. It's just basically them like not liking each other, and then really liking each other, let me tell you. And this was just like literally perfection. So yeah, 5 stars from this one. Literally go read it. Also, these sprayed edges are like, it like the clouds on it, so cool. So yeah, just go read this. Just read a Liz Templey book. Okay, the next book I read, what did I read? Oh, okay, actually the next book I read I DNF'd, but I think I'm gonna come back to it. I DNF'd Holding the Reins just because I had started this before I started Mile High, or the Windy City reread, because basically I was coming back from Florida and I needed something to read before I started my Mile High reread, because I was doing a whole vlog, but I didn't want to start it yet, whatever. So I started this and I was like, yes, in the mood for like cowboy yeehaw vibes. And then after I was done with, I got like, I don't know how many, like a couple chapters into it, and I was like, yes, slay. I was eating it up. And then I read the whole Windy City series over again, and then I like went back to that, and I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. Maybe if I would have pushed through it would have been fine, but I was kind of getting cringed out. But I also think it was a like kind of like because I had just finished like my god tier romance, I just needed a genre switch. So I think I want to reread, or I think I'm gonna read it eventually, but for now I just was like, I'm just kind of getting annoyed, and like I just found myself like not wanting to read it, like just wanting to just not read it. And so I did a little genre switch, decided to put that off. I think I'll still read it though, because I did buy it on my Kindle, so probably still read it. So the genre switch was, hold on, this is all out of order. Oh my goodness. This thick brick of a book. Shadow Princess by Suzanne Valenti and Caroline Peckham, the Twisted Sisters. Okay, this is the 4th book in the Zodiac Academy series, so I can't really tell you much about it because that would be spoiling the whole book. But basically, the plot of the first book, there's these 2 twin sisters, girls, 2 twin sisters, and they think that they're in, you know, they think they're human and like everything. They don't know that there's not humans in the world. And one night, this guy shows up and he's like, we gotta go, and throw some dust on them, and they're just like, phew, and they fly into Zodiac Academy, essentially, in Solaria. And turns out they're actually princesses, and they are heirs to the thrones. Their parents not here anymore, but there are these 4 heirs who actually are going to be on the throne, 4 boys. And sorry, I'm just thinking I need to read book 5 like now. Maybe I'll read that next. Anyway, that whatever. So they have to go to Zodiac Academy, which is this school basically to learn their magic and all of this stuff, and it's just so good. But these 4 heirs just make their lives miserable. It's very bully romance, just so you know. But once you get the romance, you get the romance. I'm not even getting the full thing to it. Actually, the ending of this book, I have it in a vlog actually, and not like a full spoiler or anything. I think it's just in my like last weekly vlog. If you care enough to go watch that, you should. But the ending of this book, just be ready. It's crazy, which it didn't like affect me as much as I thought it would, just because I know from like people recommending me the series and how people talk about like the end game couples. I won't say it if you think it's a spoiler. I personally, like when people say that, I don't really mind if it's a spoiler. Or like I don't think in my head it's a spoiler. Maybe if I didn't know, I would like have more guttural reaction, but I personally just don't mind. So like I didn't cry or anything because I know in the end, like what, I don't know what happens, but I know who ends up with who and all of this stuff, like, you know. So, but just so you know, some crazy stuff goes down, and that's why they're called the Twisted Sisters. I think that's why they're called the Twisted Sisters. Every book that ends, they're just like crazy, and that's what's been happening. And this one was crazy. Also, it's so thick. I can't believe I read that. I mean, I can actually, but yeah. Anyway, so I gave this one. Hold on, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Gave this one again 5 stars. Slay. Next, this is kind of a random book, but I listened to it in just a full day. My older sister was like, you need to read this, and I said, okay, I guess I will. And it's called Theo of Golden by Alan Levi. I think this is like low-key the first book I've read that's written by a man, which is crazy that I even did that. Anyway, this follows this guy who's like maybe like 80, and he comes to this town, Golden, in Texas, and basically he's from like Portugal or something, and he stumbles upon this little cafe, I think it is, that also has like artwork on the wall, and he just loves this artwork, and they're like portraits, and he's just really drawn to it, and he's drawn to this girl. Why am I getting chills just thinking about how it ends? Anyway, drawn to this portrait of this girl, and he's like, do people buy these, or are they just for like whatever? So anyway, he ends up buying them, and he starts doing this thing where he finds the people who are in the portrait, and he gives them to him, and he's like, yeah, you kind of just go from there. I don't really want to tell you a lot because it's kind of good, I feel like, just to go in blind. I listened to the audiobook I think it's good. I do feel like if I just read it, I wouldn't have been as invested. So maybe if you don't, for me, I feel like I don't read, well, I guess that's kind of a lie. I don't read as much literary fiction as like romance or fantasy, you know? So it might have been like if I just read it, Kindle read it, or like just whatever eyeball read it, it might have been slower. I'm not sure. But I gave 4 stars and it's really good. And I guess you should read it as well. That's actually the only book, spoiler alert, that's the only book I read this month that wasn't 5 stars, which is crazy. Also the only book I read this month that's like not in my god tier. Okay. Which, granted, half of these books rereads and I knew they were all gonna be 5 stars, so like, you know. The next 2 books I read are in the same series and you're actually getting a vlog for them next week, so don't even worry about it if you were worried. That is in fact Kiss the Sky by Krista and Becky Ritchie. Okay, this is part of the Addicted Calloway Sisters series. Okay, so basically if you the Addicted series, I actually do have these 3, the first 3 books that I read. The Addicted series follows Lily and Lo by themselves. And then the Calloway Sisters series follows Rose and then Daisy. And they also have books. They have an you intertwine the reading order. They have it on their site. Also, if you read it on Kindle, because they're on Kindle Unlimited, they're all like together and they're in order. But basically what you do is you read the first 3 Addicted books, the next you read the first 2 Calloway Sister books. Now I think it's the next 2 Addicted books, and then I think it's the last ones are the 2, you have 2 more Calloway Sister books, and then I think there's an epilogue novel or something like that. So anyway, this one follows Rose and Connor. Rose is Lily's sister, also Daisy's sister, Rose Calloway, and their dad is like, they're really rich and he like owns a soda company or something, but because of what happens in Addicted for Now, which is the last or the 3rd book in the Addicted series, they have they decide to start a reality TV show because something comes out or something happens in Addicted for Now that's like, she has a clothing brand, Rose does, and it's kind of like low-key ruining the sales for the soda company. It's called Fizzle. Anyway, so they have this little reality show and you kind of just go from there. Her and Connor have been boyfriend and girlfriend, like kind of on and off. You just honestly just go into this blind. Well, start with Addicted, but also search your trigger points because the Addicted series follows Lily and Lo, and Lo is an alcoholic, Lily is addicted to sex, so just like, if you can't read about that, just search your trigger warnings, you know. Anyway, but this one, 5 stars, okay. The next one though, I just finished this last night. When I tell you I had a headache from the tears I was crying. Granted, I had been up for like close to 18 hours and like probably should have drank more water and things like that and had been reading for a while, so like could that have, you know, affected it as well. Also it has a bookmark in it. I finished it, I just need to finish tabbing it because I read it on Kindle. This one follows Daisy and Reich, and this book 6 stars. This has solidified, like I already knew it was god tier, this series. This has solidified its spot in the god tier series, okay? I just like don't even know, I don't even want to tell you anything because you'll learn, you just gotta start from Addicted to You. Because I can't even fathom just reading, like starting at the Calloway Sisters. Yeah, don't even do that. What are you thinking? What are you doing if you do that? Anyway, just like, genuinely don't have any words. And if you watch the vlog next week, you're gonna see I literally stopped. I finished it and I was like genuinely like this and just staring at the wall for minutes. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. good. Like, I'm not even telling you what it's about, because just read Addicted to now. I mean, Addicted to You. Literally, I was so scared to read Addicted to You. I started it like last May, and then I was like, actually, I can't do this right now. And then I read it in, I think it was in January of this year. Best decision of my life. Not even gonna lie to you. So, like, this is your sign to go and read Addicted to You. And honestly, like, you just have to get through. Obviously, if you like can't read it, then don't read it, but just at least get through it until this book, which I know that's 5 books. I personally loved all of those. But like, yeah, there's characters, like, they're not perfect, especially like, well, all of them, but especially like when you start Addicted to You, they're in their addiction, so like, and they're covering it up from other people, so just know, like, you have to stick with them. And that's why, like, I love complex characters. I'm like, you know, nobody's perfect, I gotta work it again, you know, like Hannah Montana says. Are those lyrics? I gotta work it, earn it, whatever. I'm kind of sleep deprived because I stayed up so late finishing this book, but literally just go read. Yeah, this is God tier. Zodiac, if you're into fantasy, go read Zodiac Academy, read Windy City, read Addicted to You. These are all God tier. Honestly, read all of these if you feel like you like them. But also, like, I can't tell you what to do, so literally do whatever you want, because the world is your oyster. And that's my words of wisdom for you today. I don't know. Also, I need somebody to make cute merch for Addicted. The Addicted series. There's some, but I just want like a cute little t-shirt. So somebody contact Krista and Becky and be like, hey, can we get a little contract? And we want to make cute merch. Thanks, because I was looking earlier. I'm also just in like a buying mood. Like, I want to go shop some more House of Jupiter. This is my new shirt, guys. It's House of Jupiter. I hadn't gotten anything from House of Jupiter yet, and I got this. I got the Sarah J Maas, the Massiverse shirt, the blue one, and then I also got the Geraldine's Bake Shop. Nope, Bagel Shop. I keep saying Bake Shop. That's my new favorite shirt. Don't even. So, I'm not even gonna lie to you when I say you might catch me online shopping when I end the vlog. I mean, end the video, because it's getting warm. I need a shirt. I need a little t-shirt to wear, and I need it to be me repping something I love. Yeah. So, I'm gonna go. This is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If I was just spouting nonsense the whole time, sorry. But my words of wisdom to you is read Windy City, read Zodiac Academy if you're into fantasy, read Addicted, Calloway. You start with Addicted to You. And yeah, you can read Day of Golden too, but like, that's not God tier. The rest of them, God tier. Now, I mean, technically I haven't finished Addicted, Calloway, and Zodiac Academy, but like, let's be real. It's gonna be God tier, so. This is me signing off, okay? Because I need to leave. So follow me on Instagram, Goodreads, TikTok, Fable. All my links will be down in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'm gonna see you right back here next week with another video. The Calloway Sisters vlog. Which it is gonna be spoilers, so like, whatever. I'm gonna go. Bye.